Boom, and we're live. We're on another episode of Elite Encounter, second one of the year. This time we're going to be featuring Smeoro. Hello and welcome, Smeoro.
Hello, everyone.
How are you doing, man? Is everything going well with you?
Yeah, everything fantastic. I mean,
Nice.
I've reached Masters this season again,
Already?
going for Legends. Yep.
Wait, I think I'm still in I don't even know my rank, to be honest. I played like 2 matches of ranked this season so far. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about ourselves a little bit first. I like to start off by talking about, I don't know, the meaning of life or whatever. I'm kidding. It's more like
Nobody knows the meaning of life.
the meaning of life. Life is Pokemon Unite. Pokemon Unite is life. Just kidding. So
True.
you're living in Bulgaria, is that correct? In Sofia, right?
Yeah.
And you grew up there, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I'm a pure-blooded Bulgarian.
Nice.
I've lived like 15 years in Bulgaria, a little bit in Germany, a little bit in Italy. I've been across Europe.
Okay, nice. And from what I remember, you say that you sell wine. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm currently distributing wine from
Oh,
France, from Italy, from Australia, from Germany,
oh wait, you're
from
a
Spain.
distributor. You mean like you're working with the supply chain and stuff like that?
We're working with the supply chains from different suppliers in Europe. They just supply us with different wines. And we just spread them across different shops in Bulgaria.
Nice. I do know that Bulgaria has some good wine. I actually had the chance to visit some places, some wineries, like Melnik and stuff like that. I did have an unfortunate experience at like a hotel spa in one of those places because I got out of the jacuzzi, I slipped on the tile floor, and I hit my knee into the wall, and it like cut my knee open, which hurt a lot. And then I looked at it.
That's some guy.
Yeah, I know. And I made a hole in the wall. Like that's how hard I hit it. And and then I look at it and I pass out. And then I fall on my face. And then I smash my glasses because I used to wear glasses back then. I smash my glasses and then I get a giant cut here as well. Yeah.
Sounds like an experience you have in Bulgaria, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I think a lot of Bulgarian wines are underrated. They're actually pretty good. A lot of tourists we have in Bulgaria seem to like them as well and look for them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you look at the geography, Bulgaria has a lot of good geography for growing uh grapes for wine. So it makes sense. I think Bulgaria actually has some very interesting geography. It has a wide variety of stuff. I visited a few cities in Bulgaria, like Plovdiv as well, and I'm like, wow, it doesn't feel like Bulgaria. Have you visited Plovdiv? Plovdiv?
Yeah, I have. I mean, I've visited my entire country. I've even crossed most of it on foot.
On foot? Like you
It's
crossed it
just,
by foot?
yeah, it's
That's
just a little event I like having because I like
Wait, how long did
walking
that
and
take?
sightseeing. The entire country, I mean, I don't know, probably like a month.
Wow, so you just took a 1 month trip to walk the country.
Well, not a 1 month trip in total. Like, I've done the Black Sea shoreline for like a week, and I did, I don't know how to translate it in English, like the Rhodope Mountains.
Oh, so you just
I've done
you
it
did
for
it in
like a week.
chunks.
Yeah, I did it in chunks.
Okay, I thought you just took one big trip over the whole country.
Nah, that would be too much time.
It would be, yeah. Um, so yeah, the next thing I want to talk about is I guess our little history together. So, how did we meet again? We met because you joined the team that I was on at the time was
Team
Team
Diamond.
Diamond. And how
Yeah,
did you discover Team Diamond?
pretty much like everyone else discovers teams in Unite for the Unite Discord.
Mm-hmm. Wait,
Just have a post.
did you reach out to Diamond or did you reach out or did they reach out to you?
I reached out to Diamond. Then they just responded and got me in instantly.
Nice.
No questions asked. And then I saw you and we reached out.
Yep, yep. So yeah, we did that team for a while, and then I wanted to move on to a team that had greater ambitions, and ended up joining a new team that was made by Hero. Now it's called the Jiggly Toughs. And then we decided that maybe we needed you as well. So then you joined the team, and now we're doing that for now. How do you feel about that so
I
far?
mean, let's be honest, you actually got me, and I don't think Hero actually wanted me, but yeah, it happened.
No, I mean honestly, I do want you in. Um, but you see, there's a nice balance that needs to be found between trying to play with friends and trying to win. And this is something I realized with Team Diamond is that they're like nice guys and everything. I can say they're friends,
Yeah,
but
that's true.
um, I had a hard time seeing the potential to win tournaments with them, and I was like, I want to stay friends with them and all that, but on the other hand, I am doing this because I want to win tournaments. So, the thing is, the way I saw it with them is I would have had to find a lot of resources to invest into improving them, and I'm not sure if it was worth it. So, yeah. But I think it's something that you got to take as a case by case basis because some people are willing to improve and take things to the next level, and some people want to as well, but they're not making the necessary actions to do it, and that can limit the whole team. Because have you heard that saying, "You're only as strong as your weakest link"?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I think it's kind of true in Unite as well. But yeah, so long story short, now we're on the team Jiggly Toughs, and we're competing in some tournaments. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to compete in the latest games, which was yesterday, um, in the last hit league, which was sad.
Yeah,
Emergency family issues, something came up, stuff, responsibilities,
happens to
adulting.
all of us.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, um, that's pretty much how it went down. But let's go ahead and get more into in Unite. So how did you get into it? It says here that you got into it because your cousin showed you the game or something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny story. I was actually visiting my cousin in Denmark. And then when I was coming back home, I got hit by COVID. So I got stopped on basically the border of Germany. I had to live with another cousin that is from Germany. I pretty much have cousins all over Europe. And because I had to stay in Germany for like 14 days for the COVID restrictions, that was like the time when Unite was pretty much releasing, funnily enough, like 2021 or something like that. If I'm not really sure at this point. And that's pretty much who introduced me. My cousin was a fan of Pokemon. He knew I was a fan of Pokemon. We both played League also at the time. And he just introduced me to Unite. And that's where my journey started.
Nice.
He ended up becoming really good at the game. He even became like the manager, the coach of his own team.
Really? What's his team name?
Yeah. I think I'm keep it a secret. Don't really want to spark
Give me some
stuff with that.
drama. Give me some drama. Yes. Fine.
No, sorry.
Fine. Fine. Anyway,
But yeah, they basically took me in as a student, so I was basically a trainee, like a part of an academy team, kinda.
mhm.
Other people.
I see. I
But
see.
then I returned to Bulgaria. I had to come back with my friends in other games. I wasn't really interested in Unite because Unite, honestly, as a game developing, is kind of shit. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, man.
So I basically left my interests in Unite and started playing something else until I came back again.
Yep. Yeah, it's a big shame that the developers are really dropping the ball on this game. The crashes, the balancing issues, the bugs. Well, I can go on and on and on.
Yeah, there's so great potential in this game, which I can honestly probably get into and fixing myself. But if I do, they'll find me and probably sue me. So yeah, I can't have that happen.
Yeah.
I'm basically just forced to watch the game die. Like
What if you
it's
like
sad, but
fix it and tell them like, hey, this is how I managed to fix it. Here's the solution. Um, like a white hat hacker or a penetration
they
tester.
wouldn't accept it. They wouldn't accept it because the way I look at game development is pretty much like Digital Extreme. That's my company for inspiration, the company that made Warframe. And if I do it like them, there's pretty much going to be very little money coming out of that game in the way they want money to come out of. So they just won't accept it.
Wait, what do you mean? Like you would remove the license journey or something?
Yeah, I would. I'd definitely remove that shit. Like it's one of the worst updates ever. Like
I agree.
I don't know who designed that.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of other stuff that is problematic with the game, specifically the the game
Yeah.
crashing during after draft, and so much it's gotten so bad that they just decided to disable draft in rank. Like that's crazy.
To be honest, I think the reason the disabled draft is not only because of that. Because if you take a look at the patch notes, there's pretty much no nerfs or updates to any mon. I think they just got bored of people every time banning whatever's new and broken. So
Yeah,
that's what I think they removed draft for. So people can just play their broken stuff freely now.
I mean, what's the next Pokemon that's gonna be released? Sir Fetched, right?
Yeah, Surfetch, Captain America.
Captain America. Actually, I wanna play that Pokemon. I wanna unlock it as soon as I can because it looks really fun. I love my all rounders, but on my team, on our team, I am the defender and kind of need to practice that role. But to be fair, I've been also playing other roles, and I've been playing a lot more Mewtwo Y. And you know what? After playing some Mewtwo Y, I realized how much easier the game is if you play attackers.
I
It's
mean,
like,
yeah, they are the main damage dealers of a team, so
yeah, I know, but I'm just like, it kind of blows my mind. Like, defenders are so essential, supporters are so essential, and yet attackers are the ones that make such a big influence that you can carry the games and stuff. But then in a competitive setting, I feel like there's more value placed on defenders and supporters. Would you agree with that?
mm, in some games maybe, but not Unite.
I
Don't
don't know.
think anyone gives any value to anything in Unite, so
I think they do because especially if you have coordinated chat, like voice comms and stuff like that, it could definitely make a bigger difference. Because, like a defender can communicate with the team and coordinate. I've played other games like Overwatch, for example, where um, you really absolutely needed voice chat because you couldn't really understand where everything is, where the enemy is, and if someone is like behind the team or whatever. And they actually valued the tank role. I feel like in Unite, especially in ranked, man, it's like a struggle if you play tank. It's it's like playing the game on hard mode. I swear.
it's even a bigger struggle in support, believe me.
Oh, I know. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, so would you say your main role is support, attacker?
I mean, I wanna say my main role would be support because in most other games I've played, I've mainly taken up the role of just healing people and supporting them from the back. But in Unite, I guess I'm more striving towards attacker, at least from what people have told me. Better work on attackers, so I've just decided to go ahead and play with attackers more. I mean, there are attackers. I really like the playstyle of the CGY, Raichu, even kind of Miraidon, honestly. Started to grow a bit. Me Dragapult as my main.
Yeah, I remember we played a match and you were right on, and I was like, oh, you're doing pretty well.
So yeah, I guess I'm an attacker main now. This game specifically.
I think this is a trap a lot of players get into in Unite. It's like they say that they're good at one specific role, But people change over time, and also teams can run into issues. I think it's good to have like a main role and then like a backup role, like a secondary role that you're good at. For me, that would be like defender and all rounder, because I don't know. I feel like I like all rounder because it's more fun to play. You can have more influence because you can do more damage. But I also like tank because you can influence a lot in the game in terms of where you position yourself and how you coordinate with the team. But that doesn't really help much if you can't coordinate or communicate without voice chat, like standard ranked is.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do a roast session on Pokemon Unite in this podcast. What do you say?
I mean, if you want, we can. There's honestly so much you can roast this game about. At one point, I had an entire two-list page of a Bible, things that
Really?
are wrong with the game, and I can roast about. Yeah,
Open it up. Give
I
me
threw it away.
what the heck? Give me a short summary of what you remember.
I mean, can you give a short summary? The game is just shit. Like, you cannot just give a short summary of so many things because there's wrong things in pretty much everywhere you look in the game. Like, even the loading screen's bad.
Yeah, there are a lot of wrong things. There are some things they do right and do well, but I don't know which which side is balancing on. I feel like there's more at this point there's more wrong than right. But I remember when Pokemon Go was released, there were so many issues there as well. Um, but over time they've improved it, and a lot of people still play it. I think it's grown in popularity. I'm not sure. So if anything, that gives me hope with Pokemon Unite, and I want to hope because like I've committed to playing just this game. I don't really play anything else. I pretty much
I
don't play
mean, I
anything
want to
else.
commit to as well, but I don't know. It's looking desperate.
Mm. What's holding you back from committing? I mean, apart apart from it kind of being a dumpster fire.
I mean, I guess that's just it because it's bad. Like, no new players are coming in. Like, it's just hard to popularize yourself in this game genre. A lot of YouTubers and streamers are just dropping in views and ratings, and it sees
Yeah,
like the Unite Discord. Barely anyone is coming in. Like, their posts from people like months ago now.
yeah.
It's just hard. Like,
I think as long as there's still a competitive scene and they continue organizing tournaments and that sort of thing, there's still going to be a lot of decent players in the game. Maybe not like new players or casuals, because I've seen this pattern happen in other games and other MOBAs before. Like, have you ever played Heroes of the Storm?
I think I've tried it out once. I didn't like it and stopped. So yes and no.
I played it quite a bit, and I really liked it because it reminded me of the like original Dota, but kind of different, and it's like something in between traditional Dota and Unite because you can kind of put your tech into different skills, improve different skills, so you kind of make your build as the game progresses. Um, and it wasn't like there were like different objectives and stuff like that. And on top of it, it was all like Blizzard characters, like from StarCraft and stuff like that. But anyway, long story short, they killed the competitive scene for that game, but there's still a decent amount of people that are playing it, just not competitively in that way.
I mean, I think it was a Blizzard's attempt at a MOBA game, wasn't it? Like, who
Yeah, yeah,
developed Heroes of the Storm?
it was.
Yeah, it's Blizzard.
It was Blizzard. That's why.
Yeah, it's probably gonna live for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
Blizzard has money.
I don't think they're investing that much money into it anymore. At least not like before, because there's no more competitive tournaments there. But I don't know. Maybe it can come back. For now, I still think that Unite has that chance. Um, maybe it's part of our duty to kind of raise the alarm and tell them that shit's fucked and they need to get their shit together.
Like, how? Like, people have been trying for over 4 years now.
um, raise awareness, talk about it, mm, hack the game. I'm just kidding.
Like the best course right now is if Nintendo decides to take a look at it and take action and just give the Unite license to someone else than Timmy. Because I don't know what's happening there. I think both Nintendo and Timmy hate each other, so Timmy just fucking over their game with the license they got. I don't know what's happening.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. If they gave the license to a different developer, that might be good. I mean, the problem is Timmy makes other MOBAs as well. They work on other MOBAs and they have an incentive. Like it doesn't make sense. They have several MOBAs and some of them are quite similar to each other. So aren't they kind of
Yeah,
sabotaging
and
each
their
other?
other MOBAs are doing way better. They're actually doing pretty good.
They are.
Actually interesting games.
I've tried. I have
So I
played
don't
them
know why the
before.
hell they're just ruining Unite like that.
Yeah, I know. I played Arena of Valor for a while, um, and I thought it was quite good. And then after that, Wild Rift, um, League of Legends Wild Rift, and I thought it was okay. But the problem with Wild Rift is like it was designed initially for PC, and then they ported it to mobile, and it's not really designed for mobile, so it kind of has its quirks. And then Unite came out, and I decided to commit, but there's like so many things that are obvious. Like, why aren't they making these improvements in Unite? It's like they're trying to sabotage themselves. So maybe I'm hoping
Yeah,
that,
there's just something going in between the companies.
yeah, maybe I'm hoping that maybe a different developer takes it over and they get their shit together. But who knows how long that will happen?
If the game will survive till then.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? I mean, based on how they've worked on it, it seems like they prioritized the Chinese version for like a whole year, too. I don't know. Because the international version pretty much got no updates for a while. We had Rayquaza as the main objective for like 2 years. I don't even know. And then all of a sudden they come back and they make all these weird changes that make no sense for the health of the game, but only for monetization. So maybe they were like losing money or not making as much, and they're like, okay, let's just milk this cow. I don't know.
From what I've researched online, I think the Chinese version flopped also.
Yeah, that's
So
what I
that's
heard.
why they're now coming back to the international stage. But it may be too late now. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a developer. I mean, I haven't worked on these kind of projects. I would love to talk to one. Like, hey, if you're a developer watching this episode, let's make an episode.
I mean, technically, I'm a developer. I just don't want to spend huge amounts of money for something that's not guaranteed to be good.
Yeah,
You have to spend money for defense. You gotta spend money for servers. You gotta
yeah.
spend money to actually release a game.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's not cheap. You gotta spend a lot of resources to make it happen. But anyway, there is still potential because it's Pokemon, and I have hope.
Yeah, there will always be potential. Pokemon is huge, so
Yeah, I do plan
who
on
knows? Maybe Unite 2 comes out.
maybe. But I mean, Overwatch tried that with Overwatch 2, and that pretty much flopped, didn't it?
Yeah, I did.
Which is a shame as well because the first Overwatch was really good. It went through this phase when it was like the best hero shooter and the only one. Now Marvel Rivals I think is the best one. I haven't had the chance to play it though.
Yeah, but it's not that much of a shooter. It's basically Unite in 3D person view aspect.
Yeah, so what's that other game? Smite. It's like Smite, right?
Oh yeah, it's like Smite.
Yeah, I played a little bit of that as well. Um, yeah. So, as you probably know, since we played a lot, I like using a lot of unorthodox game strategies in my games. Um, tell me about your favorite unorthodox strategies that you like to use in your games.
Uh, I don't know. I guess there's a couple, but I can't think of them off the top of my head right now.
Well, back when XP share was still good before they changed it, um, one of them was
Oh yeah,
XP
the
share
XP share
Decidueye.
meta. Yeah. The thing with XP, the CGI, I think the XP share item in general was bugged, and they may have changed it because of me, honestly.
Okay.
because because with Shaco XP share, the CGY, you actually increase XP share's range globally because of Shaco. So like everyone can just get bonus experience from you just being on the map.
Wait, how does it work globally? Isn't it only if you last hit with your arrows?
Yeah, but for some reason it worked globally because there was a range at which the XP share could work by hitting stuff. And because you were hitting something and your range was becoming global, it kind of worked like you were hitting everything on the map for some reason.
That's weird.
So everyone was just getting experience, a bonus experience from you just hitting stuff with your arrow, like from the other side of the map.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I think, see, the thing with these strategies is that even if they work, a lot of, let's say committed players in the competitive scene, they give you a hard time for it because they looks bad, but it could work. Like, for example, I like to play a lot of these unorthodox builds. Like, for example, even XP share on champs on Pokemon like, what was it, on Mewtwo? Not Mew. Yeah, Mewtwo X. It was also decent on Mewtwo Y. Um,
You like to cook.
yeah, I like to cook.
Basically, you like to cook.
Charizard, I liked it on Charizard. I liked it on Titar. I liked it on Tinkaton. A lot of these scalers, because my logic was that, well, if I'm not gonna do well early game, well, might as well just embrace it and put it XP share because it I don't know. I think they take a lot of inspiration from the streamlined mainstream games. Like, if you want your weaker Pokemon to gain experience faster, that Pokemon has to hold XP share. Um, and then you put it in your party, and it levels up faster. But in Unite, it's the opposite. Based on how it used to work, your allies would get more experience. So I always wondered why they did it opposite like that. And maybe they did it because they actually wanted the scalers to actually hold it because they were going to be really strong late game, and they thought that maybe people would realize that the other Pokemon that don't scale should be laning with them to compensate because maybe late game they're not going to do as well. Does that make sense?
I mean, kinda.
Or maybe it's just not that deep.
I mean, who knows? Like, there are some stuff, like, many people just don't like the cook in Unite. I don't know why. They just stick to whatever's meta and what seems to be working, and they just don't want to think of anything else.
Yeah, I think it comes down to something called first principles thinking, and they don't do it. Which, are you familiar with the concept?
No.
So essentially, first principles thinking is where you understand like the basic core ingredients, components of something, and you move up from there to make decisions. And like, for example, in Unite, what I think that looks like is you would look at maybe Unite DB and see like what the Pokemon scales on. And then you equip the items and you set the emblems accordingly so that you can maximize the scale. And from there, you can then adjust your playstyle to maximize the value that you get from there. However, I think what most people do is instead of doing first principles thinking in that way, what they do is they look at other players and see how they play and the builds that they use, copy them, and then try to be good using that stuff. But if you do that, you don't understand the nuances and you can't cook. Cooking requires, oh, I have a better analogy. Okay, when you're cooking, you can cook like a chef or you can cook like a cook, I guess. And
Okay.
the difference is a cook just follows the recipe. They take the exact amount of ingredients, put it in, mix it in, follow the steps, etc., until they get the final product. And the problem with that is maybe you mess up or you don't have one specific ingredient, and so you don't know how these ingredients interact with each other. You don't know any substitutes or alternatives or maybe adjustments you can make so that you can still make a good final product. Whereas a chef understands how the chemicals interact with each other. They understand the basic components of making food. Like they understand the five flavors and how they interact with each other, like sour, sweet, umami, etc. And they can replace something on the fly, and they can kind of spontaneously come up with these combinations that still work because they understand how the core ingredients and components interact with each other. So if you want to cook in Unite, you got to be more like a chef and less like a follow the rule book recipe type of person. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand your idea. That's a good analogy. But
Yeah.
this is also a thing that happens in other MOBA games like League, like Dota. They've even created different apps that pretty much just follow the pro players' strategies and ideas and item sets. So this isn't just a Unite thing. It's been happening all over globally. People just don't really want to think for themselves. Like they just don't want to analyze things for themselves. So they just follow wherever's recommended for them that works instead of just trying to figure out how to counter what works so they can figure out ideas for themselves.
Of course, and I think it's because it's the path of least
And eventually they
resistance.
just hit a brick wall.
Yeah, and then they don't understand what changes should be made so that they can continue improving. Like again, and coming back to the chef analogy, you if you just follow the recipe, it doesn't really teach you about how the ingredients interact with each other as quickly as if you were to experiment with different ingredients, mix them, find out what happens afterwards, etc., etc. And then those people get frustrated because they end up with something that isn't very good and they don't know why. And I think,
I mean, it is good for the first couple of times until eventually it becomes bland.
yeah, exactly. And then you can't really adjust it. You can't, because there's other factors. It's not just like, I think your playstyle can be one of those core ingredients as well. And if you know that you have a specific type of playstyle that you tend to gravitate towards, you can adjust the items and your strategy accordingly so that you can maximize on that if you need to. So that's also an option. But most people don't, they probably don't understand this concept of first principles thinking type of thing. But also, they don't want to do the hard work. It requires more mental power to do that kind of stuff. It takes more energy.
That's why I like chess and recommend chess as a game to other people, because it's actually the stepping stone for giving people these ideas to come up with and basically become a good player, because chess is like the stepping stone for many games, especially MOBAs,
Interesting.
because you have so many different ways and paths you can take in chess.
Yep, yep.
You also have to observe the game nonstop to create those paths. You can even have time if you want to per move. And if you
Yeah.
look at Unite and all other MOBA games, it's pretty much like chess. You have your side of the pieces and you have the enemy side of the pieces, and you just have to observe and take different ideas based on the current moment of what your position is.
Yeah, there's a lot of these pattern recognition applications that you can put into the game. I've noticed the same thing. I could say the same thing about board games in general. Because
I mean, yeah, even board games can work in that way.
the thing with board games that I like more than chess is that it has different mechanics, different interactions, different things that you need to understand. And when you start thinking from like the first principles mindset in board games, it's actually I feel like playing a wide range of board games forces you to think from first principles more, because even in chess, like if you play for a while, you start to just memorize a bunch of strategies. This is a thing I've noticed actually. When I was in elementary school, I did like a chess. I started doing some chess club stuff, so I played some chess, and I realized that a lot of it was just memorizing these different tactics and strategies. And it wasn't exactly what you're describing. Like if you come up with these strategies on your own, or if you understand the core concepts and stuff. But that's when I was like, I mean, there is some stuff you can come up on your own, but if you just memorize a lot of this stuff, you will see some success, but it's not necessarily going to give you the breakout success that you might need to if you want to be one of the best. And then I started playing a lot of board games, and even when I play a new board game, I look at it from the first principles mindset, like where can I get the most value for these resources? How can I make the most of this or that and all that kind of stuff. So I think a good exercise for people is also to play different board games all the time. Are you a board gamer?
That also works. Sometimes I have a board game actually for World of Warcraft next to me, which I barely play with friends sometimes.
What's it called? I'm gonna look it up and see what rating it has.
Well, I'm not sure, really sure. Let me just get it real quick. Be right back.
Yeah.
This is what it's called, apparently. The adventure game.
World of Warcraft, the adventure game. All right.
Yeah, this is the board game I have. Pretty fun, actually, and gives you a lot of planning and strategy revolving around it.
Let's see what it's rated. I'm a big board gamer. I actually used to have a board game YouTube channel where I would summarize board games in 30 seconds.
Damn.
I mean, it's still there, but I just haven't been uploading videos in a long time. Okay, so it has a not a very good rating. 6.2 out of 10.
Sad. I mean, I also do D&D sometimes with my friends, my Bulgarian friends, in our private Discord channel.
I mean, D&D is like a role-playing game, and it's not like there's like a win condition with. There's a lot of stuff that just happens randomly, and it's just kind of you like make believe type of stuff. I play some D&D as well.
Yeah, it depends on our game master's ideas.
Yes.
And it just depends on what the game master sets as rules for you.
Yeah. But what are some other good board games? I feel like some really mainstream games that people enjoy are like Catan, Ticket to Ride, Codenames, Pandemic. But nowadays there are so many good board games out there. It's crazy. I actually went to a
I mean,
board
I've
game
heard of
cafe.
Codenames, and that's pretty much it.
I mean, Codenames is almost a party game. I mean, I think it's more of a party game than a strategy game, and I like my strategy games.
We need to play Civilization someday. Anyway.
Oh, I'm a big fan of Civilization. I used to play it so much. But oh, another game that I pretty much the only other game I played in a while was Heroes of Might and Magic 3, Horn of the Abyss. Have you played that one?
I think I've played it. I've played a couple of Heroes of Might and Magic in my day.
Yeah, but Horn of the Abyss is a community-made expansion slash mod, and they like it's
Then, yeah, probably not because I just played the base games.
dude, it's amazing. It like they made a lot of balance updates. They added a lot of new content. They added so much stuff. They recently came out with more content at just at the beginning of this year. It's like crazy. But yeah, we're kind of getting off topic from Unite here.
All right, we can get back to it. I mean, yeah, it's just metagaming.
Yeah. But let's talk about the community in Unite. So, I think in these kind of situations, I mean, even with like Heroes, for example, the community is what's keeping it alive. They are making more content, they're helping improve it, and they're just keeping it alive. What do you think we can do as part of the community of Unite to continue helping it stay alive?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, on my side, maybe I can just privately continue to hack some stuff, make him like get some notice that their game is horrible right now.
Mm.
Outside of that, I just don't know. I mean, we're both YouTubers. I'm gonna be one soon. So maybe we can try and popularize and do something with that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Could be.
I mean, Nintendo just has so much money that they just don't care about Timmy doing anything with Unite. So
Yeah, I don't understand. My thought there, if I was a hacker, I would try to hack the license journey system and or guide people in showing them how to hack it because that's a big problem. It's like it's not necessarily a functionality issue there. It's more of a decision issue. It's like why did they decide to do that?
I don't know.
Maybe we can make a sort of
Mystery.
movement. We can make a petition and get people to sign it and help them improve the game.
Like we need to get Nintendo on this. We need to get someone above Timmy because Timmy just not gonna do anything. Like I have no idea what kind of dispute they have with Nintendo or whoever else has some connections with Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean
But we gotta get someone above Timmy to do something.
to be honest, we can try making a petition. I don't know. Should we? Fix Unite petition.
I mean, we can try. Maybe. Maybe it works.
Yeah, petition. I would petition for two things. I would petition one to remove the license journey so that people can choose which Pokemon they want to unlock, like the free to play players, as long as they can still work for it. Like how it was before, it was fine.
Like,
And
bring back the EOS coins. Even that was shit, but at least it was better.
yeah, seriously. And then two, I would remove like the gambling aspects of the game because like they had to remove the game from the Netherlands because according to their laws, they can't let kids play games that are gambling. And that makes sense, you know?
Yeah, it does.
Also, it leaves a really bad taste in your mouth. I mean, for me at least, I hate those aspects and I hate anything that forces you to essentially gamble to try to get rewards. And it's just like it doesn't feel like I earned it. It just feels like I got lucky. And I need to feel like I
That's
earned it.
pretty much how most mobile games work these days, in the basis of gambling. I don't know why. Guess it just brings money.
Yeah, it brings money because it manipulates the human psyche and that part of our brain that makes us get addicted to stuff. And that's why it really bothers me because they're layering on different levels of addiction. There's like the addictive aspect of winning and playing the game, sure, but that's why you play the game. However, they don't need to add another layer of addiction, which is gambling on top of it. That's you're like Pokemon is for kids, and you're essentially conditioning kids to gamble. Like, you live in Bulgaria, I live in Romania. You know how these gambling stores, these gambling, there's like these casinos everywhere. I think it's terrible.
Like, just use the basic layer of playing the game. Like, people just want to play the game.
Yeah, I know, right?
The reason they're still playing Unite is because there's just nothing else that's that good. But when something else does come good, Unite is just dead.
Yeah, exactly. Like people want to play the game because they want to choose the Pokemon that they want to play as and play it as that Pokemon. Like, don't force them.
Yeah, it's that simple.
Yeah,
You can just
otherwise,
use to get money from that.
yeah, otherwise they have to grind. If a free to play player wants to choose their specific Pokemon, they have to grind for months to unlock something. It's ridiculous. But if you were to change one thing apart from the license journey, what would you change?
The developer.
The team working on the fucking game.
Yes.
Okay, what other developer would you give the license to, the rights to the game?
Honestly, I think if Digital Extremes, the game that made Warframe, got on Unite, it would become a huge sensation.
Do they have
Could probably
experience with
overtake
MOBA
League.
games?
I don't think they do, but with the experience they have in the field of gaming in general, I think they'll still do good.
All right, let's reach out to them and see if they
Because I
want
think
to.
they're making. I have no idea what they're making actually. A game kind of like Warcraft. It's an open-based game, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're making. They're making another game right now, but I don't know what exactly it is. Need to get back into it and see.
Oh, I have an idea. What if the community makes a clone of Unite without all the BS?
I mean, that's kind of a secret I've been working on. I am actually developing a game of mine that's kind of like Unite.
I mean,
I don't
like,
know if I'll be releasing it because of all the money I have to spend on it, but
yeah. But, let's try to find a way to put it out there without risking ourselves. um, I think it would be nice for it to be like as close as possible to Unite without all the bullcrap, like the license journey and without the gambling aspects, but stuff that people can still work towards and earn, you know?
I mean, I might actually do it. I may just release on like one or two servers from each like continent of the planet, just so people can try and find the game and see their reaction towards it.
Do it, do it.
And if it's really positive, maybe like Nintendo or Team or whoever gets me on Unite, maybe I can work actually towards fixing the game that way.
Yeah, that would be nice. Like I've seen this happen with other Pokemon games all the time. People make remakes of all these Pokemon games that came out. They make changes, they make improvements. Like those games are not made specifically to allow the community to have like custom stuff. And yet people still made their own versions of it and they continue making their own versions. Like there's Pokemon Fusion which where you can
Yeah, and
fuse.
they're even more popular than the main games.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm surprised Pokemon is not trying to sue them and take it down. I think they did at some point, didn't they?
They did for many things. There's even like custom Pokemon stuff for Minecraft. There's for Terraria. There's for many other games, and they continuously try to sue them, but they just avoid it somehow. I don't know how. I need to ask them.
Yeah, you do. But I think it just goes to show like these people are not listening to the community so much that the community is willing to step up and do their job for them. It's crazy, and they're doing better, you know.
Pretty much, yeah.
And if anything, the whole history of this whole genre of MOBA games started by the community because it started from. Have you ever played StarCraft?
Yeah, I have. It came from Warcraft, no?
No, 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 the
The
other way
first MOBA
actually.
was from Warcraft.
Well, in StarCraft, you had a map editor, and they had a version of a MOBA there. It was much more simpler. You couldn't really level up your character, but you could progress still. And it was called Aeon of Strife. That was technically the first MOBA, but the MOBA genre became popular with Dota from Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne. And that's when I started playing it
I
too.
had no idea.
Yeah, yeah. And um, also, same as StarCraft, you had like a custom map editor, and that allowed players to make that game, to make Dota. And it literally came to exist because that game, Warcraft 3, had a map editor to allow the community to make their own maps, you know?
Yeah, I know about that. I had no idea about that other game, StarCraft.
Yeah, yeah. That's the true origin. But Dota was the one that really took off. It's because like the engine of Warcraft 3 allowed much more functionality with heroes to level up, unlock skills, and stuff like that. StarCraft didn't really have that back then.
I mean, it was a strategy game. It wasn't a MOBA game, so yeah, normal.
Yeah, but Warcraft started doing the more MOBA-y type of stuff. And it's interesting because that the genre of MOBA games kind of stuck to that style for so long. I think it's outdated. That's why I don't like League because it just kind of relies on those traditional old ways of playing a MOBA that are not necessary anymore. Because you don't need to use a mouse and a keyboard to play MOBA. Like I play Unite on my phone. People play it on the Switch, but you can still play it on the computer, obviously, as you do.
I mean, that's why they added WASD movement.
Yeah,
League
yeah.
has it now.
But what I'm just saying is that like think about the aiming and the moving of a character with the mouse. Like in League of Legends, you have to like click on the screen, so you're literally just like click, 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 click.
You can, yeah, but you can also use Quick Cast, which I'm using, even in Unite, where it just automatically fires it where you point it.
Yeah, but now if you're using like BlueStacks with Unite, you use WASD to move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. in League, to move, you have to click on the map to make your character go there.
Yeah, it used to be only like that, but
Yeah,
now they have Unite movement, so
yeah. But the point is, like, they had that in that way for such a long time, and that originally just came from strategy games like StarCraft and Warcraft, because you'd have to select your units and make a move. Because you select a group of units, obviously you can't just use WASD to move them because yeah,
yeah, makes sense. But if it works, it works. Like it just worked for them, so they just stick to it.
yep.
Now people wanted WASD movement, and they added it.
I think it would be fun to also have a custom map editor tool in Unite. I mean, it's not a strategy game, but I feel like if they opened up this functionality to the community, some really crazy stuff could come out.
Maybe, but it'll mainly be Pokemon based. And Nintendo hates sharing ideas, so
Oh yeah, I mean that's kind of what I mean, like Pokemon based. Like you take all the assets in Pokemon Unite, put it in a map editor where you can make your own maps and all that stuff, and then that way people can make their own game modes, like all random, all mid, or something like that.
yeah, but for that to happen, like they have to let people, they have to open up ideas to people, which is just not gonna happen because Nintendo hates sharing their Pokemon with other people for some reason.
I mean, it wouldn't be sharing in that sense. It would just be like letting people essentially work for them, because if they're making custom maps for the game, like that's free work for them.
Yeah, it's free work for them, but they hate it. They hate sharing it. You need a license to use Pokemon.
I mean, it wouldn't like they could put it in the terms and conditions, which is in every map editor actually, because the original Dota, all the assets, the whole concept of that game was owned by Blizzard, but they just didn't do anything with it, and people started making their own custom built engines for this genre. But you could put in the terms and conditions of the map editor, like all the game modes or anything you make in this using the map editor belongs to the company, whatever.
Yeah, because every other gaming company is more open to their community to let them do what they want.
Yeah.
How Nintendo isn't.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Honestly, we should make a petition. Maybe that's what I should do. When we upload this podcast episode, I'll call it "The Roast of Pokemon Unite" and the petition to make it better. I would petition to
Go right ahead. I'll sign it directly.
yeah. I'll petition to remove the license journey, petition to remove all the gambling aspects, and petition to implement a custom map editor or something like that, where people can make their own custom maps with different rules, with using their assets, so that people can try different game modes. Like, it blows my mind that they did not implement all random, all mid. That is like the classic MOBA game mode. Like, why?
Because they're just different. They're built different.
I don't know. They're built they're built different for sure in a bad way. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know how their decision making is working, but yeah, it's bad.
If they're even having any decision making, like I feel like they're trying to break the game instead of actually making something of the game.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It would be nice to see them try to allow this functionality where you can even adjust the stats of different Pokemon in the map editor. People can make their own balanced versions of the game. These community balanced versions, I feel like, are so much more powerful than just letting the developer try to balance it. Because, like, going back to the other game I mentioned, Heroes of Might and Magic, it like the community made this expansion for it, and they balanced the game in a way that the community helped contribute towards. So everything is very well balanced. Whereas if we just let it up to the developers to make the balance changes, they're gonna make some changes, and then we're gonna be stuck with a broken Glaceon forever or whatever.
I mean, honestly, we still are. People haven't been able to fix that thing since the game release. It was bad in the beginning, then it was good, then it was bad, now it's good again.
Yeah, or maybe people like
There's
community
no
of
middle ground.
Yeah, or maybe the community from Unite can just, I don't know, go along the same route that Might and Magic did, where they just make an add-on expansion, something to the game, where you install it alongside with Unite, and then you're using, you know, different servers to play the game, and it's a different system and all that. That would be interesting, but who has time for that, man? I mean,
Basically like testing.
yeah, I guess. Anyway,
Yeah, they never test stuff, so
for real. But what is this focus of your YouTube channel gonna be that you're gonna be making?
I mean, pretty much anything. Like, I'll probably start off with Unite, like making gameplay videos and maybe guides on stuff. Then I'm probably just gonna continue with gaming in other games. Probably doing some IRL stuff, logging challenges.
Ooh, I got a challenge for you.
Probably some mapping, probably some writing, like just everything. Anything I can think of for that day, I'll just do it. It's gonna be a channel for pretty much everything.
What are you gonna vlog about? How to hack Unite?
I could honestly.
Watch me hack Unite.
People can at least tear down the game as a last resort. It's gonna die, at least go out with a bang.
For real though. I don't know. I still want to have hope, but I feel like it's got to be some initiative taken from the community to make things happen. You know what? I'll make a petition. When I upload this in the description, I'm gonna have a link to a petition, and I'm gonna see if people sign it just for funsies. See what happens. What if it blows up?
I mean, maybe it blows up. It'll surely blow up, honestly. They still won't care.
Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Where would I even like? What website would I use to make a petition? I would have to do some research and find it.
There was two websites. I don't remember the names exactly, but there was two websites you can make a petition on.
I'll look it up. I remember there was
They're
a
pretty
petition
popular.
that was related to gaming that got quite popular. I'm gonna try to find it and see if I can just use that same website. It was something about the right for repair. No, the right for something to change. I forget what it was. Updating the game. Oh yeah, no longer supporting games after a certain amount of time, or something like that.
I don't know.
I don't know. Um, I think it blew up because some YouTubers started talking about it, like Penguin Z0 or Moist Critical mentioned it, and then this other developer, I forgot his name. He has like long hair and was making YouTube videos, and he has some ferrets, but then he got canceled because he didn't agree with it or something like that.
I mean, if you're gonna make it, I can send you a list after we finish here if you want, with all the things I would like changed in Unite.
Yeah, honestly, let's make a list. Let's make a list. Before I make the petition, before I upload this video and before I make the petition, maybe I should ask the community about the changes they want and narrow it down to some of the most important changes based on the feedback. Cuz I don't want to
Go right ahead.
I don't want to inundate this petition with a lot of changes, because then if there's one thing that people disagree with, they might not sign it at all. So maybe it should be just very simple. I don't know. I'll have to do some thinking. But why not? I'll make a petition. Screw it.
Sometimes in Unite they make like a survey thing where you just have to complete a survey with different things you would like to see, but I don't know why they do it since they don't even look at it.
Did you do it?
I mean, I've done it twice, but nothing changed. So, like, I stopped doing it now. I think it's just free tickets.
Yeah, I also did it a few times. I don't remember how many. And in the last one, I literally said this license journey is garbage.
And they're still not going to do anything about it, probably.
Yeah. Okay, shall we go ahead and end off the podcast here? I feel like we've been roasting Pokemon Unite enough. People are probably tired of it.
As you wish. Like we probably talked more about something else than Unite.
I mean, this is the Elite Encounter podcast, and the main focus is trying to be on Pokemon Unite, the players, the community, you know, that sort of thing.
I mean, the main thing I would get out of this is just people cook more.
Yeah, for real.
People just learn to cook more.
Learn to
It's not
cook.
that hard.
Learn to be more like a chef when you're cooking, and less like a amateur. Learn how to do it from the first principles thinking, how the chemicals and the core ingredients interact with each other, and then you can come up with some good stuff. But here's the thing, if you come up with good stuff, the community is still going to give you a hard time, even if it works, because it goes against the conventional strategies. Like,
Stop caring. Like, just stop caring. You're
yeah,
just one person on the entire planet. Like, nothing's gonna change if someone roasts you or not. Like,
well, okay,
just
I've been
don't care
there.
about it that much.
I've been there, and I know, and I don't care about it for the most part. And actually, what I've done is I've actually encouraged a very interesting discussion about this because I have one of my favorite, let's say, unorthodox builds is to use double stacking Blaziken with Big Root and a potion. And I came up with this build because I looked at how it scales, the playstyle, etc., etc. And I get some crazy stats, and I did really well as well. And this was in that period of time when I was trying to get good at Blaziken. And then I posted a screenshot of a pro player in a tournament using the same build and winning in a Discord chat for Pokemon Unite. And they're all like hard coping. Like they were saying things like, they only had Big Root for the HP, not for the heal. I'm like, bro, you like stop coping. Just accept the fact that maybe I'm right. And you know what? To give myself credit, I played in a match one time, and Chris Heroes was also top lane with me, and he was also Blaziken, and we utterly destroyed him top lane. I'm not sure if it was because of the build. Maybe I was just better, or maybe it was just because my team was better. Unfortunately, he ended up winning that match, sadly. But yeah, still. The next match, no, the next video he uploaded was using that exact build that I had.
Yeah, if you love something and you can make it work, just do it. Like, it's not that hard. Maybe other people will roast you for it, but at least you'll be satisfied.
Yeah.
That's honestly all that counts. Like,
We have to develop a thick skin, I think, but we also have to be open to criticism, as long as it's constructive criticism. Because saying stuff like it's bad, that doesn't help, but it's bad because actually helps.
I mean, yeah, that's also true. A lot of people just don't know how to give actual criticism.
Yeah. I mean, it is a video game after all. It is Pokemon. I think it attracts a younger audience, and I think those skills of knowing how to give feedback and receiving feedback is a skill that also develops with time and maturity. So maybe that's what we should also help to demonstrate how to give
Yeah,
and receive
maybe.
feedback. I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but I actually have a course on Pokemon Unite, how to get into Master Rank, which is obviously very easy.
Yeah, I saw that course. I haven't watched it, but I did saw you have it.
Yeah. And I've been kind of taking notes in the background. I have another document that I'm working on to make another course onto how to get into Legend Rank. And it's going to go more into this kind of deeper stuff, like how to give, receive feedback, how to improve your gameplay, how to review your VODs, drafting, the more deeper stuff. Because the other course is more like basics, MOBA basics, and stuff like that. Because as you know, getting to Master Rank is like super easy.
Yeah. I mean, I think people that were in Legend rank now started Master rank, so
Yeah, I think I did too. I'm not
they
even
start from
sure.
it.
I, just, I
Probably.
think I did, yeah. Cause now if I think back, I remember the little ribbon was like the color for master. Anyway, let's go ahead and finish it off there with the second episode of Elite Encounter. This one was quite the roast for Unite, but maybe it'll make something happen. Let's see.
I mean, we didn't really give any feedback on how the game could improve, so
No, we did. I said three things that should be changed. Remove the license journey, just change it back to how it was, and then two, remove all the gambling aspects so that the game can be released in the Netherlands again and in other countries where that might be a problem, because I know in the EU it could also be a problem in other countries. And then three, open up more functionality for the community to make improvements, maybe with a map editor like how Warcraft and StarCraft used to have. That would be amazing. Those
yeah,
are the
it
three
would.
things. So if any developers are watching, if any C-level executives, CEOs, I don't know, whoever makes decisions is watching, that's what I would do for the long-term success of the game.
And fix draft.
Yes, make it stop crashing, right?
Yeah, just fix the cache flooding of the game. We can actually play draft.
Yeah, seriously, man. All right, let's leave it off there. So that's it for this episode of Encounter. Thanks for joining us, Smeoro.
Thank you for having me, Azo.